It's been a week since the late Sir Howard Felix Hanlon Cook was laid to rest at the National Heroes Park. The state funeral was supported by a number of dignitaries and ordinary Jamaicans determined to give their support to the man affectionately called Teacher. Coming up, highlights of the service and memories from ordinary Jamaicans on the sidelines. And later, making mathematics come alive, fun math tips for the youngsters. I'm Theodore Henry. Those and much more in a few minutes.
When using an automated banking machine ABM, ensure the machine is in a location you are comfortable with, and when you enter, be sure to close the door. Examine the machine before you insert your debit card, and never enter your card if the machine has a suspicious device attached to it. More important, don't allow strangers to assist you in conducting a transaction. And remember, treat your debit card like cash. Keep it in a safe place.
Good day, I'm Stacey Ann Smith and this is your GIS News for Friday, August 15. The Economic Program Oversight Committee, EPOC, is reporting that Jamaica has begun to see the benefits of government's economic reform program. At a press conference Thursday, co-chairman of EPOC, Richard Biles, pointed to the 3.3% decrease in unemployment as well as the 2.5% inflation rate from January to June this year.
I think that the positive results we're seeing with the fiscal management, lower inflation, improved employment, and a smaller current account deficit all are pointing in the same direction, and that direction is an economy that is turning, becoming more efficient and producing some growth. And for that we are quite pleased.
Mr. Biles added that Jamaica's net international reserves was over $2.1 billion at the end of July, reflecting the $800 million government received through a bond on the international capital markets. The primary balance at the end of June was $18.5 billion, $3 billion more than targeted. Based on those and other monetary assessments, Jamaica is therefore expected to pass the fifth IMF test, which is currently being carried out. Meanwhile, tax revenues for the April to June quarter were $1.5 billion, more than the $80 billion target. Income tax, tax on interest, and the special consumption tax continue to perform ahead of budget, but general consumption tax and corporate tax underperformed. Tax Administration Jamaica will be carrying out an assessment to determine what led to that shortfall. Grants for the June quarter were also $2 billion less than expected.
The grants the actual disbursement haven't synced up with the budgeted receival of those funds. So the Ministry of Finance feels pretty confident that by September they will catch up on this target. On the expenditure side, the government was pretty frugal, ran a $6.3 billion under expenditure in all of the major categories: wages, programs and capital projects.
Health Minister Dr. Fenton Ferguson is appealing to persons who experience poor treatment at public health institutions to make a report to the ministry so that proper investigations can be carried out and sanctions applied where necessary. The minister makes the appeal against the background of recent reports of ill treatment of patients at the Victoria Jubilee Hospital in Kingston.
I urge persons to officially report any dissatisfaction with the service they receive by way of our clients' complaint mechanism, either at the level of the facility or directly to the Ministry's Standard and Regulations Division. I assure you that your information will be treated with the strictest confidentiality.
In the meantime, Dr. Ferguson says he has mandated the acting chairman of the Southeast Regional Health Authority, Dr. Andre Cook, to lead the investigation into the recent incidents. The minister expects to get a report by mid-September. He was speaking Wednesday at the handing over of intravenous fluids to the health sector by Food for the Poor. The supplies were worth $1.75 million. New technology being used at the New Forest Dove House Agri-Park in Manchester is churning out significant results for farmers in the once desolate area. Acting Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Derek Kelly toured the agri-park earlier this week.
The farmers have done a lot of work here. They have accepted the new technologies that are being offered, which is the way to go where agriculture is concerned now. And we can see from the kind of produce that and the yields that are here that this intervention has turned what would have been a desert into an oasis. And really, the production here is very, 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 very high. It is helping to balance the difficulties that we are experiencing in other areas.
The main crops being produced are scallion, sweet potato, thyme, melon, tomato and pineapple. All 9 agri-parks are scheduled to be completed in 2015 and projected to realize foreign exchange savings of $4 billion and employment for about 5,000 persons. The curriculum for nearly 2,000 students enrolled at the Caribbean Maritime Institute, CMI, is to be expanded starting September to include the introduction of a Chinese language training program. The initiative will see 2 lecturers from the Confucius Institute in China being seconded to the CMI to deliver instruction in Mandarin, the official standard dialect of the People's Republic of China. A memorandum of understanding for the initiative was signed at the CMI on July 30.
This particular agreement this afternoon is a continuation of our expanded range of agreements with the People's Republic of China, and particularly in the maritime sector, given the importance of the maritime activities for trade.
And finally, Prime Minister Portia Simpson-Miller has lauded primary and secondary school students on their performance in their recent exams. Mrs. Simpson-Miller was speaking Thursday as she gave cash awards to 22 children of staff members at the Office of the Prime Minister and the Cabinet.
From the outset, I want to congratulate all the students here and across Jamaica who did their Grade 6 Achievement Test, GSAT, and have now been placed at the various secondary institutions to continue their education. I also use this opportunity to congratulate the older students who are now learning of their respective passes in the CSEC exams and are preparing for their tertiary education.
The Prime Minister reiterated her resolve to continue working hard to improve the education system as a matter of high priority. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stacey Ann Smith. Thank you for watching.
Householders, business people, school administrators, protect yourself and your children from the chikungunya virus. Be on the alert. Help control the mosquito population. Chikungunya is a virus transmitted by the Aedes aegypti mosquito, which breeds in and around your home, workplace, and school. Destroy breeding sites. Empty old tires and all other containers where water can settle. Bore holes in old cans. Cover water drums and garbage cans. Wash flower pots and vases and clean pet dishes regularly. Protect yourself from mosquito bites. Cover your body as much as possible and use mosquito repellent containing DEET. And if you're experiencing symptoms of chikungunya, a sudden high fever, headache, rash, nausea, pain, stiffness, or severe joint pains, see your doctor or go to the nearest health center.
We begin our tribute to the late Sir Howard Cook by giving you highlights of the state funeral.
I know where I am going, I know where I am going, I know.
On Friday, August 8, 2014, Jamaica said goodbye to one of its finest and noblest sons.
Howard Felix Hanlon Cook was indeed no ordinary man. As a teacher, a preacher, a salesman, a community leader, a father, as a nation builder, he was extraordinary. But most of all, he was a fine human being.
Our condolences are laden with gratitude and our final farewell full of love for someone who stands tall in our memories as one of Jamaica's most illustrious sons and one of our gentlest souls.
It was a tremendous send-off for a man of goodwill from Goodwill St. James.
Lady Cook, who was sitting beside me, whispered, "Howard will be 90 next month. But believe me, the man is no ordinary 90. With that glint in her eye, I had no reason to ask her what she meant.
I watched him give Grandma tender, loving care, patience, hugs, treats, pinches, and that same listening ear that he gave me.
We knew our grandfather loved us, but he was not afraid to punish us. The instant fall of his bottom lip, sometimes it even trembled, was a clear indicator that we had done something wrong and we should correct it immediately.
He participated in our joys and successes and was a tower of strength during our sad moments.
We believe that in the 98 years that Grandpa was here, he effectively touched, listened to, reasoned with, challenged, caressed, encouraged, shared a hearty laugh with everyone he was destined to reach. Grandpa,
we love
you. May your soul rest in peace.
To serve with love.
Sir Howard's was a life of teaching, giving, and building.
Grandpa regarded every moment with us as an opportunity to teach. Whether we were sitting by the kitchen watching Grandma cook and bake, or just sharing in his recliner before falling asleep, Grandpa would teach. Every lesson was wrapped in love, and I am so grateful for every nurturing moment.
He was born to teach. He was always searching for innovative ways to make children learn. He commanded and earned total respect. While at Barracks Road School, he caned a boy for being late and sent him home. The boy went home and complained to his father, who decided to accompany his son to the school and berate the headmaster. Howard was not daunted. He gave the father a fine caning also and ordered him to return home and be a better parent.
Sir Howard has served our profession with passion, integrity, and humility, and his legacy will stand for generations. His commitment to education remains unabated to the very end.
For she's living in the love of a common people, smiles from the heart of a family man.
Building communities was the central purpose of his activities. His influence throughout Western Jamaica was colossal.
During his time at King's House, Sunday after Sunday, he laid aside the regalia of head of state to don the robe and stole of lay pastor, because for him, his elevation to the highest civic office, open to a citizen of this nation, did not signal the necessity of withdrawal from service to God. The Most Honorable Sir Howard Cook was the epitome of all that is good, true, and virtuous of English Freemasonry. On the occasions when I was privileged to have a private conversation with him, I always came away wiser.
Sir Howard epitomizes that self-aware, conscious person
who teaches us how to live with self-respect.
Teacher Cook's brutal honesty was enfolded in a disarming charm. Among the most enduring life lessons taught to us by Teacher Cook himself is that there are no heights of achievement to which the poorest and the most humble Jamaican cannot rise if we work hard and live a life of utmost integrity.
Howard Cook occupies a unique space in the annals of Jamaican history. He ranks among the finest of our pioneers. Let us pledge anew to emulate his virtues and build on the values he maintained.
Teacher Cook is now taking his well-deserved rest in the National Heroes Park, assured that his lesson plan for life was well executed.
Walk good, my mentor and my friend.
And as individuals inside the Holy Trinity Church paid their last respects to Sir Howard Cook, those who attended the funeral from the sidelines were also telling the late Governor General to walk good. They had nothing but great memories of the man affectionately called Teacher.
Whether they were on the sidewalk in the vicinity of the Holy Trinity Cathedral or finding space in the churchyard, the audience for the late Sir Howard Felix Hanlon Cook was as diverse as his impact on Jamaica. Take these residents from communities in central Kingston, for example. Taking the time out to scrutinize the funeral program and paying keen attention to the uniform groups, including members of the Jamaica Defence Force. From the young to the not so young, they all shared and reflected on the life of a true son of the soil.
Basically, today we're commemorating the life of Howard Cook, who has played a very important role in the Jamaican industry overall. And basically, we as friends here from the community really love the scenery of everything that's happening. So we're delighted to come out and get the experience of such.
I'm here because Sir Howard Cook is a great Jamaican, right? And especially in the educational system. He's a very great Minister of Education and also a great minister. He was also a great teacher.
Well, Sir Howard Cook has played a great part for our country, and he's a respectable man and someone that you always learn from and elevate from.
Other persons were intrigued by the pomp and the pageantry.
The second time I've been in Jamaica to see a state funeral, so I come out to see what it is and how it is like. And I really like it a lot because I see everybody turn out to see the old patron.
He was a nice man, he's a dignitary, he's a good man. When I was a little girl, as you see him as, even the first time he went into parliamentary, as you see him, as I never really talk to him, but see him as a Governor General. And he set a good example. And I wish others will follow him and do the right thing and love people.
Others, like this journalist, had a personal experience with Sir Howard, one that would forever be etched in the forefront of his memory.
Mr. Cook was a very gentle man. He was a very decent man. He was a man who recognized everybody. I remember one day walking in to see him when I walked into his office at King's House, and he appeared to have been busy. And I said, but I'm really disturbing him. And he got up and said, no, you're not disturbing me. I'm so delighted to see you. I'm here to serve you. I'm here to serve the people of Jamaica. And I was so elated by that. He spoke to me about education. He spoke to me about the plight of persons in Montego Bay, because he was from Montego Bay. And he was always concerned about what was happening in Farm Heights and Glen Devon and Flankers and all what we call the depressed communities of Montego Bay. So up to his, I saw him about a year, just little under a year before he died. I went to visit him in Montego Bay, and he was always concerned up to that stage.
Also at the funeral of Sir Howard were those who benefited directly and indirectly from his relationship with the church, a service club or the trade union.
I always respect Sir Howard as a Governor General, and he's a humble person. And to what I read about him and hear about him, I think he was a good person.
I'm a Girl Guides member from 1974, and when I was there 16 years, they give me a gold medal. I get a certificate from him that he presented to me at Girl Guide headquarters in 1992. And he was always friendly. When we go up there, senior citizen people, when he was there, he used to invite us for dinner and have things up there for the senior citizens. And he used to treat us very well.
From all accounts, he was the consummate politician, somebody who was interested in the people he represented, not just in their votes. And I think his contribution also to the trade union sphere through his involvement in the JTA is something that I felt I needed to be here to actually give him the best send-off possible.
Sir Howard Felix Hanlon Cook, forever etched in the minds of Jamaicans from all walks of life. His contribution to Jamaica, unlike his body which was laid to rest at the National Heroes Park, will not be confined to a specific space, but instead be shared with generations to come. Teacher, politician, Governor General, a family man, a community man, a man for all seasons.
Parents, make sure the children get immunized. Hear this! Immunization, it is a must. This is not a joke thing, this you can trust. It is required by law for entry to nursery, to daycare and to schools. Listen up, it is necessary to prevent diseases such as the measles, the poliomyelitis, the lockjaw and the whooping cough. Immunize your kids, keep them healthy, keep them strong. Prevent deadly diseases such as mumps, rubella and diphtheria. Immunize your child today. Immunization, a key to good health.
A message from the Ministry of Health and PAHO.
The Ministry of Education is informing parents that students in grades 1 to 3 are now required to purchase only 2 textbooks, one in language arts and one in mathematics. Those in grades 4 to 6 need only buy a total of 4 books: language arts, mathematics, science and social studies. At the secondary level, students in grades 7 and 8 require 3 supplementary textbooks in literature, while grade 9 students need 5.
Take the book list to our regional offices or our central offices. Let us look at those book lists and let us see if they meet the guidelines.
For further information on the new textbook policy, contact the Ministry of Education at 922-140029.
Keep looking at me on the TV while he sneaks some of the biscuits from the cupboard. Yes, you same one. In a few weeks, you'll be back in school, so you won't be at home all the time to eat off all the food. Leave that to break time and lunchtime. On a different note though, as you, the little ones, start making your back-to-school plans, you have to pledge to do better in school. One of the areas you can improve on is mathematics. Tips to help you with that, next.
Not liking maths, then you can just say goodbye to any of these professions. Claims adjuster, chemist, engineer, sociologist, even nurse. Welcome to another week of School Zone. I'm Tamara McHale, and today we give you highlights of the Ministry of Education Maths Expo, held under the theme Maths Revolution equal Economic Solution. There was an even more serious goal to the day's activities.
We want you to see the different career opportunities and to set your goals to qualify yourselves in mathematics so that you can be gainfully employed in Jamaica and elsewhere in the globe.
And that's exactly what happened, as captivated students listened to presenters sharing the importance of mathematics in various professions.
It doesn't matter where in the world you are, what subjects you like, or what decision you have to make. Math is the first thing that you have to consider.
There was even one presenter from as far as Singapore, the country which ranks the best in mathematics and science globally, according to results from the Trends in International Mathematics and Science study.
Mathematics in Singapore is different. There's a new methodology in mathematics. Okay, we call it the CPA concept, concrete, pictorial, and abstract. Along with it, we have methodologies like bar modeling. It's used widely now. We have spread the word across the world.
In the CPA method, you move from actual objects around you, concrete, then you create pictures, pictorial, and the final stage is using math symbols to connect it all, abstract. This helps students picture numbers and sizes in their minds so they can work out mathematical equations. With the help of 32 exhibitors, 6,000 students from 200 schools across the island, maybe even yours, got to working it out.
10-gram pieces, and the aim of the 7 pieces cut from a square, and they're supposed to create those designs that you see out there by combining the shapes.
The vertical movement and the horizontal movement, just by counting on this, we went to the right, so it's positive, and went up, so that is also positive, so it's 6/6, which is 1, so the gradient is +1. Yeah. Y equals x plus 1.
I'm very elated. I'm thinking that the Ministry of Education is now heading in the right direction.
This Math Expo, I must say it was rather fun and interesting.
That the CXC exam is coming up, it's very beneficial because we can learn a lot from this.
There's always an easier way to math, there's an easier way to look at it, and you can relate the strategies to things in daily life. For example, the lady was talking about algebra, and she was saying that you could look on algebra as dressing up. So you would put on one garment at a time. And when you realize it is really simple, it's just like everyday life.
Some water with you, please.
Water gone. But me need water for cook. So how me go wash?
Let's weather the drought. Start conservation measures today. Check for leaks around your house. Opt for shorter showers over long baths. Reuse water to water plants and lawn. Watch the amount of water you and your family use. Try cooking methods that don't require much water. And if you have a vehicle, avoid washing it regularly. Remember, water is as important as the air we breathe. So conserve our water, conserve our life.
And that's a wrap for this Friday's edition of Jamaica Magazine. Thanks for spending time with us. Remember to send feedback to Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm, follow us on Twitter at JIS News, and visit our website, jis.gov.jm. I'm Theodore Henry, and this has been Jamaica Magazine. Another program comes your way tomorrow. Take care. Thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.